Hey guys, I'm Castle. We are right now in a park in New York. Well, it's pretty obvious we're in a park. But today, I'm going to be with Yanise. She's also known as the Lady Forrest Gump on skates. With 40 pounds on her back and no cash in the pocket, she skated the country. That is 6,000 miles, all the way from Miami to New York and New York to the West Coast. Well, why does she do that? Let's go find out. Hey Yanise!
Hey!
Hello! So
nice to see you!
You want to say hi to the camera?
Hi!
So it's your 92nd day right now and you're in New York. You just skated all the way from Miami to New York, 1,700 miles. What are you feeling right now as you get ready to go to the West?
I am ready for a break, and for the next 2 weeks I'm just gonna prepare for the new leg of my journey. You know, getting new equipment, getting tent and sleeping bag and stuff like that for the West.
Sit right here. Oof. Wow, the sun is shining really well. So, can I ask you, how did this idea to skate across the country come about?
When the idea first came, I wanted to walk across America with no money. And my mission is to show that there's a lot of love and kindness in the world. Even though I'm just one girl with no money, no weapon, no nothing, I can do it just relying on the kindness of strangers, because there are more good people than bad people. And this is something I deeply believe in, and there's something I live by. You know, I've always been adventurous. I've lived in a lot of different places in the world, and people have been nothing but amazing to me, and this is what I want to show the world.
Right.
And yeah.
So you were saying like you are going around with no money and no weapons. So how do you help people to understand or to see that, like, hey, like how do you buy yourself food or even spend a night under the roof, you know?
So far 3 months, there's not a day I went without shelter. There's not a day I went hungry. People have been feeding me well. And the key is, I don't go up and ask people. I don't ask for anything, because then it wouldn't be a random act of kindness.
Wow, so good.
So I just have faith. I just believe inside me and be nice to people. Just, you know, genuinely love them, and they could feel it. Most people would just come up to me and ask me, it's out of curiosity. They would come up and ask, like, what are you doing? And, you know, do you need anything? You can come to my house.
Wow, so good. Yeah.
And most people, actually most of the time, I got hosted by completely random strangers. They knew nothing about me. They never looked me up online.
Wow.
But
and you trust them?
Yes.
You just feel it, like you have this, like humans, you have this sense.
Instinct,
if people are
yeah.
instinct. My goodness, that word, instinct.
So like I said, every day I have no plans. I never know what's gonna happen, if I get a meal, if I get shelter. And so every day it's a surprise. You know, I walked into a restaurant and, you know, one person talked to me, and the next thing you know, it's the whole restaurant knew about my story. And this guy came up to me and said, I don't know you, but I love you.
Wow.
I love you for what you're doing. My son was murdered 3 months ago in a robbery, and I thank you for what you're doing, because it gives people hope, including me.
I think for you as a 23-year-old girl, I mean, we are grown, but it's just like, it's kind of scary still. Like you said, you don't know what your plans are, and you don't even know who you're gonna meet. And on the road, when it's raining, when you're on the road, like, it takes a lot of courage. So where does this courage come from? Is it from the result that you have seen because of the kindness of the people? This is your courage, you would say, or?
Yeah, I think my strength really comes from people's smiles. They might not know it, but a smile is really powerful. And every time when I get a little tired, when someone comes to me and just say hi or gives me a hug, just smile, it pumps me up, and I could go an extra mile. I've never thought about giving up.
Wow.
But that's also because I live in the moment. Whenever I feel like taking a break, I take a break. I don't push it. I every day I have about a set goal that I want to reach, about 20 to 30 miles a day. Sometimes if I really push it, I do about 47 miles. But you know, if I want to talk to this person, I stay a little longer if it feels right. And if I want to take a break here, I go ahead and take a break and then just enjoy every minute.
So what does your parents think about this?
They're very supportive.
Yeah, they're not worried that, oh, the girl is out there like staying in strangers' houses, like they're just, I'm all down for this.
I guess we kind of have a similar belief that if bad things ever happen, it doesn't happen to you, it just happens.
Wow.
That's kind of like a philosophy I believe too, because if we always anticipate like negative things that will happen to us, then we're living in fear. This is not how we should live.
So good. I really like how you said, when you said like living in fear. Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. It's not just about going out, but in the mindset itself, like achieving your goals or your dreams, or just little things.
Yeah, sometimes we just have to let go, and because like I said, when things happen, a lot of people probably the first reaction is, why does it have to happen to me?
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of times bad things just happens because it's part of life. We go through good things and bad things, and we have to embrace all the uncertainties. And so yeah, I mean, good things is part of the uncertainty, bad things are part of the uncertainty, and this is just life.
So Yanise, what did you learn about yourself throughout this 90 days?
Well, I just learned that if you doubt it, it won't happen. So when I start to worry or doubt myself, I sometimes catch myself doing that, and I'll just stop myself right away, because my experience told me that you just have to believe and live in the moment. That's what I've learned so far. Just live in the moment. Don't worry so much about the future, because if you don't take care of the present, there won't be any future in store.
As a 23-year-old myself, I really adore you how you're actually doing something for a favor for the world, like you say, like how you are doing this, and people actually felt like, hey, there's still hope in this world. And what you're doing right now is coming from the right place, I would say, because it's your passion. Like, you're not doing it for money, for branding. Maybe that will lead you to that. What do you say about other things? Like, what's your viewpoint on this?
So yeah, right now I'm not making money out of it. Even the scholarship that I am raising funds for girls' education in Kenya and Uganda, I'm not gaining $1 from it. But this is truly just my passion, something so close to my heart. And I enjoy every moment. I'm very happy. I can't be more happy, and I feel like I'm not making any money right now, but I'm the richest person in the world.
In the heart.
Yes, and hopefully eventually it will lead to, it will become an avenue to earn money, but if not, I'm not worried about it, because I'm very fulfilled just completing this mission and inspiring people. You know, when people tell me that they're inspired, they've decided to make a life change, and have decided to go on a different path, have done this and done that because they're inspired by my story, and that's what I get the high from.
So as an Asian woman, like, maybe there's some certain expectation from you. Hey, you should, hey, graduate, go to school, find a job, get married, and now you're doing this.
And yeah, so I'm very lucky to have really supportive parents. I know that a lot of my friends' parents, they pressure them to go to the best schools, get a degree, and then get a job that will make big bucks, big money right away. And I know a lot of my friends are not happy. They're still searching for what they want to do. They do what they do. They do a security job because of the social expectation, because they think that money is our goal. But I would say, to me, like, money shouldn't be our priority. There are more things in life that matters more than money. And I think first and foremost, we have to be happy and do what we love to do. And when you do what you love to do, eventually it will lead you, the money will find you.
So good. So good. It's like when you pursue, and in this case, your passion, the money will follow. Instead of like pursuing money, and then in the end, you're like draining, like you're just working for money.
Yeah, and I've seen so many of people that just have lived their life, half of their life being miserable. They don't know what they're chasing after. And just because, you know, in this society, our expectation is the more money, the better, the more, the better. And, you know, sometimes less is better, less is more.
Yeah, wow. So you were talking about how you were raising funds for this scholarship. You call it the Bladers Scholarship, and through this One Girl Can charity. And so far you have raised about like $11,000. Like, can you tell me more about it?
Yeah, so the Bladers, as seen on my shirt, it stands for a female rollerblader. So there is this female empowerment message behind it. And I'm partnering with this organization called One Girl Can because we both believe that one girl can achieve so much. Just one girl. And you know, in Kenya and Uganda, especially those two countries, child marriage is still very prevalent. I've always had a passion to end child marriage, and I believe that education is the single most important key to break the vicious cycle, to provide an opportunity for these girls to learn about their potentials, what they could potentially become. They're more than a reproductive system. They're more than just an object to reproduce. But you know, this is still the social stigma in a lot of these countries, and I want more girls to be able to dream, to dream bigger, to be who they want to be. So that's why I founded the Bladers Scholarship to sponsor them, a lot of these girls to go to school, to finish secondary school, and the organization will help them to find meaningful employment after.
Oh, so good. So what are your plans for the future? You are not pursuing any kind of education right now, you're just going around. Like, what are your plans in the future? Like, what do you want to become? I want to continue the Bladers channel, my own social media platform, to continue share positive stories, because a lot of times we see the negative stories on news media that tells us about shooting, about crimes. It's quite draining sometimes, and that's not all the world is about. You know, there are a lot of good stories that we've neglected, we've overlooked, and that's what I want to pick up. Just sharing good stories, positive energy, and bring the good people into the community, sharing you know, this vibes. And I want to continue doing that. At the same time, I want to venture into producing documentaries. It's still bringing the real life picture to the audience. If I were to ask you to say something to maybe a person of your age or even older who are pursuing their goals but find it hard, or they're not doing anything, what would you say to them?
I would say a lot of times we give ourselves an excuse. We're not ready. We're not ready. There's still a lot we should be prepared for. You know, we give ourselves so much excuses in life, and the fact is, we'll never be ready until we set our foot and actually doing it. That's the only way we'll ever feel ready. Yeah, the whole time as I was preparing for this, I was telling myself, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not good enough. It's draining to think that way, because not just rollerblading, not just what I'm doing, but in life, you know, so a mother, when you're expecting a child, you've never been a mom. You'll never be ready until your child is born, and you'll be ready as it goes, and you'll learn what to do with it. And yes, the situation comes upon you, you just do it.
So good. So I would like to end this with, can you tell our audience how can they help you by raising this fund for the Bladers Scholarship, that they can help this children and women in Uganda and Kenya?
Yes, so our goal is to raise $60,000 to sponsor 120 girls to finish the secondary education in Kenya and Uganda. You could help us to raise $60,000 through our website, www.yaniseho.com, and you'll find more information about the organization and my mission on the website as well.
Thank you, Yanise. Well, I guess that's it for today. I'm so glad I get to sit down while you have your 2 weeks of break as you head to the West Coast. But I wish you all the best. And remember, if you ever catch her on the streets while she's skating, don't be shy. Like, say hi, give her a pat of encouragement, take her back in your home, right?
Yes,
lunch,
smile.
dinner, dessert. Yes.
Smile and hugs are always welcome.
I know, right? So hey, let's go up and see who can swing the highest.
Okay.
I really love swinging though. It's just like